My name is Lionel Mosby Jr. And I remember a time when I was about 8 or 9, and I remember distinctly it was like a family fun day at Caroli Park back in my hometown. And as a kid that age, you're always have a lot of energy. And so I remember just having fun that day, running around with my friends, but it got to a point in time where I was very thirsty. And so I remember moving away from the games and going toward the building, the main building in that area, and going to the kitchen and grabbing, I think, 2 Cokes. And I remember distinctly as I was walking back outside that, I drank these 2 Cokes so quick. It had to be like 5 or 10 seconds. These things were obliterated super quick. And so as I was moving back to start playing again, I just felt in my body like, okay, man, I'm still thirsty. So I proceeded to go back inside and grab another Coke. And so as I drank that Coke, I thought that, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm going back outside, but I still could feel that weight upon me. Like, you still haven't satisfied this thirst that you have. And so I drank another Coke and another Coke, and I ended up drinking about 5 Cokes. And it was only after I drank the 5th Coke that I really realized, you know what, man, I really need some water. Water is actually what I need right now. And so I went back and I finally got some water in my system. And when I finished drinking that water, I felt like weight lifted off my shoulder, like, okay, I'm good now. I've got to the point to where I've satisfied this thirst. And so that small memory really brings to mind everyday life for a lot of us. For some of us, we have a situation to where, we put drugs or alcohol in our system and chase after these things, thinking that these things will actually satisfy that thirst that we have. But we continually have to go chase after these things more and more as we consume them, because at the end of the day, they do not satisfy. For many individuals, it might be relationships with the opposite sex or even the same sex, and we chase after these things constantly, seeking for the next man or the next woman. But at the end of the day, we keep having to chase after these things. Why? Because they do not satisfy. Even others of us, we have a love of the world, a love of the latest trends, and so we chase after not just the money, but the latest fashions, the latest clothes or shoes, or even the latest technology and phones, computers. But we keep having to go back and go get more because things get better and better. And yet we still are chasing after this thing, but it never satisfies. And so this reminds me of a scripture in Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. It says, "For my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters. And they have hewed out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water." And so for us, we have these things in our life that truly are broken, that truly cannot satisfy us, because God is the one that has placed this search and this thirst in us that only can be filled by a knowledge and a relationship with Him. And so we continue to chase after these things to drown out that thirst that is in us. But yet we still know deep down inside, when we are home by ourselves, that these things never satisfy. But Christ gives us the answer to these things. He gives us the answer to this thirst and where we can find it. As He was speaking with the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4, He told her, He said, "If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it was that asked of thee, give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of Him, and He would have given thee living water. See, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever shall drink of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water I shall give him shall continue to be a well of water in him, springing up into everlasting life." And Christ wants to give us this living water. This water that we can drink that will cause us to never thirst again. But we will finally feel satisfied. We will finally be content, because Christ now has provided what we've been searching for all along. We haven't been searching for alcohol. We haven't been searching for drugs. We haven't been searching for relationships that are ungodly. We have not been searching for the latest trends, because those things never satisfy. But Jesus Christ, He is satisfaction.